Hello fellow Lords of Etruria, and welcome back to my Let's Play of FE6 Hard Mode Armors Only. In this one we take on Chapter 10B, which is pretty challenging. It has a lot of objectives, it has 7 villages to get. It also has 3 characters to recruit, even though I'll be ignoring one of them, and a lot of reinforcements. And also recruiting all of the characters except for the one that I don't get involve a certain level of annoyance, I should say. But we managed to pull through, and that's all that matters. So yeah, about this map, you have 2 real routes to choose from. You can either break the wall on the left and go north from there, or you can go through the middle corridor. I tried on my first couple attempts of this chapter to go through the left side. That didn't really work out because Klein spawns from the bottom right, and if I send everybody through the left up north, recruiting him becomes way difficult, which makes recruiting Tate become way difficult. So instead I opt to keep Wendy and Barth down south by where Klein spawns, so then I can recruit him with Chlorine. And then later, when Tate spawns on turn 10, I can recruit her with Klein. Yeah, they're, because of somebody missing, I didn't quite catch who, we had to use Boars to get the kill, which I wasn't very happy about, because it did stall us a little, but not by a lot. It didn't ultimately matter a ton. Oh, and also we did a bit of selling. At the shop we sold the Elysian Whip and some swords. Here we're sending Chlorine north in order to get the top 3 villages. If you get all top 3, or if you get the top 3 and the village right near the beginning past the breakable wall, it will make the brigands go right through the mountains when they spawn on turn 6, and then go to the right side villages, which we really don't want, so we leave the very starting village unvisited, but we visit the top 3. So the brigands will still go down instead of through the mountains, but they're never gonna reach the very bottom village because we'll be able to get there in time. That archer's on a forest, which is a little irritating, but not a huge deal in the long term. Really, I probably could have avoided that situation, but it's whatever. Shauna will survive a hand axe, unless that guy gets really lucky with his strength, which he doesn't. If you visit the 2 north villages with either Lot or Wade, you get special rewards. I think you get a speed wing and not a sword reaver, but some sort of decent axe. I don't remember which one exactly. Maybe it's a killer axe. I'm not 100% positive. I'd have to double check. Yeah, this map ends up being some good staff EXP. Almost even more so than the last one. We do manage to get all our healers to promotion level this map, I think. Though the only one not here yet, or not at level 10 yet, is Ellen, so I guess that doesn't mean much. You know, if nothing else, at least Wendy is fast. She's not Boars fast, but she is fast. And she did finally get defense there. It only took her, like, how many levels now? She's gotten defense twice in 14 levels, I think, with a 30% growth. That's pretty atrocious, but I mean, if one word were to sum up Wendy, it'd be atrocious, but yeah, at least in this run, I get to salvage one of the worst units in Fire Emblem history. So that's always fun. I want to send Boars north so that he can both kill the brigands at spawn and also bait out Tate's squad when they spawn on turn 10. So the first wave of brigands spawn on turn 6, Klein's squad spawns on turn 8, the next wave of brigands is on turn 9, Tate's squad is on turn 10, and the last wave of brigands I want to say is on turn 12. There are also Cavalier reinforcements from the beginning part of the map on turn 10, and also on turn 15 there's a Paladin and some more Cavaliers, so this map does like to keep you busy with reinforcements. Also, for some reason, once you turn Klein's archers green, they'd kind of like to just sit there and do absolutely nothing, so they end up dying, even though keeping them alive nets you an Orion's Bolt, which would be 5,000 gold, I think, but alas, they just are suicidal and would not like to move. I don't know why. I know they can move, I've seen them move before, but they just decided, nah, we're gonna stay here and die. Here we kill Gonzalez. Very sad. I would have liked that Devil Axe. I don't know how much it sells for, or if you even can sell it, but I would have liked to find out. And maybe also do some potential meme strats with Triangle Attack Devil Axe, though. I doubt we'd ever need that. Triangle Attack Silver Lance would always kill something. I don't know why we'd need to do that, but... But yeah, as I said, Suicidal Archer is not going to move. Which is annoying, but what can you do? 5,000 gold down the drain. If I wanted to, I probably could have planned some rescue strats. But then the calves wouldn't be stalled. Then we'd have to play faster. And Lord knows, playing fast in an armors only run is not the easiest thing ever. Getting the Chapter 8 Knight's Crest was a problem. And usually that's free. We still did get it, but goes to show how hard armors only is, at least when it comes to turn counts. Yeah, here I'm fine with killing Tate's Pegasi friends. Just because you only get the reward if all of them are alive. There was no way I was getting that unless I took all the weapons off Boars. Which would lead to him killing less brigands, which would lead to us potentially getting overwhelmed, so I decide the 5,000 gold isn't worth it. Here I just buy a ton of hand axes, even more javelins, and then iron lances and an iron axe, I believe? Although we do get a white gem from Klein, so... But I think it's safe to say we're set on equipment for a long while. We should be. Though, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we ran out of javelins down the line, even after all the shopping we've been doing. Yeah, Tate decided to not even move, though I guess I'm thankful for that, because it means we can guaranteed recruiter. And when you do that, her Pegasi turn green, and they fly away and retreat. Unlike Klein's archers. So if you do somehow manage to keep them all alive, they should be safe, but that ain't always the case. In this map, Boars gets a ton of axe rank, just like last map. I think he's at 8 axes by the end. So he might even be able to use Armeds the chapter we get it. In fact, I'd say he will, because he only needs to use axes like 50 more times within 3 chapters, so I'd say that's very doable. And people said weapon ranks in FE6 were slow. Though, I guess, usually they're not accounting for only using 3 combat units for the whole game. That archer did a good job stalling. So we have plenty of time to get back to those calves. Really, this map is almost over by now. It's just a bunch of cavaliers and some static enemies left. And then, of course, the non-threatening boss. General bosses are almost always pushovers. If not annoying pushovers, because thrones and gates in this game give pretty big stat buffs. Yeah, as you can see, Bors is almost at A. So he can use Silver Axe by the end of this map, which is nice. I mean, it's probably better than the Silver Lance, because lance-using enemies, as I've said many times before, are a lot more common than sword-using ones. Even though axes in this game have a bad rap because they're inaccurate as all hell. But lances are pretty inaccurate in this game too. It's only swords that have the same level of accuracy that they have in most games. Dorothy can use the Silver Lance, yay! Yep, that's 8 axes. Honestly, I might have to pull some shenanigans in Chapter 13 to, get the Percival Knight Crest. If it's even possible. I'll probably try and big brain it, but if it's too much hassle, it's too much hassle. Just for promo gains to chapter early. Or actually 2 chapters early, I guess. So maybe it is worth it, we'll see. Wendy gets a very unnecessary crit there, but we take those. Wendy, again, as I said earlier, at least she's fast. She's quite a bit faster than average. So that's nice. Now to look at the bright side. She is a very squishy armor knight, but she ain't getting doubled. Even though I can say the same about Barth, he ain't getting doubled either, but he will be very soon. I'm not looking forward to that, but it's inevitable when you're Barth. Ellen actually gets speed, which is good because she's typically pretty slow. Not super slow, because her base speed is good, but she has a Barth tier speed growth, if I remember correctly. Here I just do dumb strats, even though I could guaranteed kill him with boars. I decide, haha, Barth should fight a shaman. And Barth gets the Barth stats. And then he misses, because Barth is bad. Just kidding, he's better than Wendy. If that means anything. I don't think it does, but is better than Wendy. Here I just have a pretty good setup for giving Ellen EXP, because both Klein and Jarrett will be attacked by different enemies. They're both next to her, so it's just some EXP every turn. Oh, and this is late, but I really love the map theme that plays for chapters 10, 11, and 12. It's called For the Commanders, or I think One Will in this translation of the game in the sound room. But yeah, it's pretty good. I probably played it at the beginning of the map. It is good. And very underused, but still good. A couple chapters ago I was contemplating benching Ellen, but I figure may as well have as many staffers as possible, since they're the only units I can effectively use besides Elfen and the armors. And I guess you could argue flyers are just as good as in other games, since they can ferry the Lord, which is their job. But yeah, here I figured out, oh, this guy's a killer axe. I could have had to reset a really good run. And then Barth gets angry at me and crits that guy. Thank you, Barth. I really love a B support where all of Wendy's dialogue is just yes sir. She has 3 lines, yes I'm sorry sir, yes sir, and yes sir. Very good writing. Just kidding, I won't complain about the writing. This is the first game with supports. Well, talk supports, you know what I mean. Lorene getting magic, now that's rare. Her magic's actually better than some of my level 20 Chlorines. Yeah, enemies in this game only ever heal if there's a target in their range that's below half health. In that case, they'll heal. If they're above half health at all, even if it's just by 1 hit point, no healing for them. Which is good, because it allows me to do stuff like that, where I barely leave an enemy at above half health and can kill him. And I guess it'd also be kinda silly to have healers healing people who are barely damaged. That reminds me of how in Radiant Dawn, enemies gain weapon ranks, which is hilarious. I've seen an enemy priest get to level, like, A staves just from staff bonking Meg, but that's getting off track. This is FE6, not a bad game. Just kidding, RD is fun. But yeah, technically I could just grind EXP on these dudes because they'd keep healing each other, but that'd be boring. Plus, Barth is only 1 level away from 20, and Wendy's 5, so they're gonna level up to max either way. Probably both by chapter 13, unless I'm really slow. I am evil, and my name is Zinc. And my palette doesn't match my portrait, besides the small part that is gray. Airbore's cap speed. 21 is the general cap in this game, which is a pretty bad cap because it still means he's going to get doubled by some late game enemies, but we don't care. 21 speed is still amazing for this point in the game. But yeah, map basically over. We've visited all the villages, we've done everything besides kill the boss. Wendy murders an innocent priest. Although I guess he's technically a bandit priest, so that's kind of funny. I wonder how that works. Sounds like something I've heard of in D&D. Bandit priest. Boris feels like missing 85s. Oh, he's missed... Actually, has he missed higher? Not that I can remember. He's definitely missed lower, though. May as well get that chippy XP with Mr. Barth. Look at that, 0 hit, 0 damage, 0 crit. Speaking of crit, Boars decides to save an Iron Axe use. Thank you, based Boars. Boars is almost capped HP. Look at that Ellen level up. Those are the Ellen stats. Here I just double check I've saved all the villages. Yep. And I just show off the stats briefly for those of you who care. And boom! Map completed. Overall, it was not the hardest one, though it was still pretty challenging. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you join me for Chapter 11. Peace out.